P5Mate versus Besavior Pro controller. Which one do you buy? We're going to talk about it. Hello and welcome back to Gears and Tech. We have all of our controllers out on the table here, and that's because we want to talk today about the definitive way to get all of your devices, peripherals, and everything working on your PlayStation 5. This counts for your Phat and your Slim on the latest firmware. Now this channel started out talking a lot about this, which is the Besavior controller. I've been effectively calling this the Besavior Pro controller, even though Besavior just calls it a Besavior controller. The main feature of this is it has this little backpack on here, which has a little screen here, and it adds 4 back paddles to your PlayStation 5 standard controllers. It retains all of the main features of a regular DualSense controller. So it has the haptic feedback, it has the adaptive triggers, and everything that you love about a regular DualSense controller. But today we want to talk about one special little trick that it has, and that can be seen right here on the front of this. It has an additional USB-C cable. Now, for those of you who are not new to the channel, you probably already understand that using the Besavior controller through that USB port unlocks the ability to use all of these controllers. Now, the keen observer is gonna say, well, Anton, this is a regular PS5 controller. Can't I just use that? Yes. Yes, you can use a regular PlayStation 5 controller for regular PlayStation 5 purposes, including this, which is Wolverine V2 Pro, and this also just works. We just have it here really to show you guys some of the other controllers that are out there. The main thing is what you see along the front here. So we have an Xbox controller. Can you use an Xbox controller with your PlayStation 5? Yes, you can with the devices that we have right here. Can you use a PlayStation 4 controller? Yeah, absolutely. Switch Pro controller? Yeah, it works. Now, a lot of people have asked because I showed the Cronus Zen with the Switch controller hooked up, and I said this works too. And some people thought, well, do I need the Cronus Zen? No, you can use just the Switch controller directly utilizing either of these two devices. You don't need the Cronus Zen. But what if you have Cronus Zen? Or what if you have a Reasnow? Do those work? Yes, both of these devices work with the Besavior Pro controller utilizing the USB backpack. But this controller is pretty expensive. It's about $169 US. Now keep in mind that is the price of the controller and the backpack reinstalled. I don't think it's a bad deal, but some people have said, nah, it's a little bit expensive, especially if you already have a controller you like, such as this Hex Phantom, which is a great controller. So if you already have a great controller that already has all of your back buttons, it already has your clicky triggers, it already has your adjustable height thumbsticks, but you still want to use your Cronus Zen, well, yes, you can use these together as long as you have a gateway, something that allows the Zen to connect to your PlayStation 5. And that's where devices like this come in. But it's also where devices like this come in. So how do you choose? And that's the thing I want to cover today. And I know I'm the king of long intros, but now you understand totally where I come from. Gams go. Are you paying too much for Netflix, Spotify, Disney+, Crunchyroll, Duolingo, Canva, or Adobe? GamsGo has you covered with premium shared subscriptions for a fraction of the price directly from the distributor. Yes, GamsGo is the shared premium experience that you've been looking for that saves a ton of money. I personally use GamsGo for my Netflix, my Spotify, my Disney+, and my Crunchyroll subscriptions, and I have saved tons of money by switching to GamsGo. Switching to GamsGo is as easy as clicking the link in the description or up in the title card, which will take you to the main GamsGo website. Select the services that you're looking for and buy them. But to show you how easy it is, we're gonna take 30 seconds and we're gonna sign up for Netflix. So we've clicked the affiliate link and I'm gonna click purchase now on Netflix. Now we have an option to buy 3 months or 6 months. I'm gonna buy a 6-month membership. I'm gonna say activate auto renewal because you don't wanna miss out anyway. Now in my case, I only need one profile. That means that I get one of the 5 included shared profiles with my Netflix account, and I can install it on one device in my home. Do you have multiple devices in your home? You might want to switch to the 5 profiles option, which also unlocks multiple devices so that you can use all of your profiles across multiple devices. But in my case, one profile is plenty. Now, this is the most important step. It's gonna say, do you have a promo code? Yes, I do. And the promo code is GEARS. We're gonna apply our promo code and it's gonna say, this is a valid promo code. We're gonna click to go to payment, and then we're gonna enter in all of our details. This is a one-time payment of just $21.26. That is crazy cheap for premium Netflix on one device with one profile. I'm going to pay now. I'm gonna enter my credit card information, and that's it. Once you've paid, you get immediate access to Netflix, and it's as simple as logging into your GamsGo account, getting the username and passkey, and then going to legit Netflix. Now it's gonna immediately say, well, who is this? Now I am account number 3, Gears and Tech, and it's gonna ask for my PIN code because I locked this down. Once I have my PIN code in, now instantly I am in the full premium Netflix experience. This gives me HD Netflix, I can download it, and it's that simple. And it works the same on all your other favorite streaming platforms. This is truly an amazing deal, you don't wanna miss it. Click the link down below to grab your deal. If you've skipped ahead through the video, welcome to the part you've been looking for. Yes, we're gonna compare these 2 devices to figure out which one I recommend. But before we do that, I've been getting nagged and nagged and nagged because you guys see I've got one of these P5Mates. I have another P5Mate. This is brand new. It's been sitting here for a long time. And that's because I said we were going to give it away. Today and right now is the time. Who's ready for a giveaway? We have 2 P5Mates. I've been testing and using this one to bring you guys exciting new content, and I got this one especially for a giveaway. How do you get entered in a giveaway on this channel? It's very, very simple. Subscribe to the channel and comment on our videos. Today's winner is Chiefs Fan for Life. He commented on a recent video about the P5Mate, and we are going to send him a free P5Mate. Chiefs Fan for Life, if you're watching this video, you do need to reach out to me through our social media so we can get your information so we can ship you your winnings. This is the actual one that you've bought. If you want, I can even autograph the box for you so that you can add it to your collection. Who knows, maybe it'll be worth money someday. So congratulations to Chiefs Fan for Life. Now let's talk real quick about the pros and cons of each of these devices, because there are some strengths of some versus the others. And we're gonna talk about the Besavior controller first. The main strength of the Besavior controller is that it is actually a controller. You can use it as a controller and it functions perfectly fine as a controller. If you need a controller anyway, this is potentially what you wanna buy because it adds that backpack functionality. The other advantage is it uses the licensed chip off of the official PlayStation 5 controller. It registers as a PlayStation 5 controller and it is 100% undetectable. A lot of questions that I get about the P5Mate is, will it get patched? Has it been patched? When will it be patched? When's it gonna stop working? And there's a lot of kind of mistrust. And that's mostly because of this guy. This is the Besavior U5. This was the first dongle that unlocked all these devices, and it barely came to market, and then it was patched out of working on the PlayStation 5, and it is essentially e-waste. We are waiting for it to get an update, but it's not coming, and it probably won't come. So obviously there's gonna be a lot of hesitation to get this because it could have the same fate. That's where a lot of people need to make sure they understand this. You see, the chip inside the P5Mate is actually the exact same chip that's inside this Wolverine V2 Pro controller. So when you plug the P5Mate in, the PlayStation thinks that you have a Wolverine controller. That's the main thing. So the chances that this controller gets patched and blocked, very, very slim. It's pretty much impossible for that to happen. And therefore, the P5Mate is also very unlikely to get blocked. So you do run the risk of a block because of the way that they've accomplished the bypass with the P5Mate, and you do not have any of those difficulties with the Besavior controller. So if you wanted to be absolutely 100% for sure future-proof, this is the one that you're gonna want. In fact, when all of the devices, when this guy stopped working, when this guy stopped working, everybody was scrambling. How do I connect my device, my mouse and keyboard adapter, my PlayStation controller, my Switch controller, my Xbox controller? How do I get them working on my PlayStation again? The answer was simple. The Besavior controller. It worked the entire time. It was never, ever blocked. But now that the P5Mate is out, it is a viable option. Now it includes all of the core functionality of the Besavior controller without needing a full controller. It has direct USB connectivity. It also has lag-free play, and it's affordable. And that's the big thing. It's not that expensive. The P5Mate retails for about $69.99. You can get it directly from the Besavior website. I will put a link in the description where you can grab that, or there are resellers on Amazon as well, and I will put a link in the description for the Amazon sellers if you want to get it through Amazon. The Besavior controller is $159.99. Keep in mind, it is a controller as well. However, when you are using it to bypass the Sony block for your Cronus Zen or your Reasnow, the controller is out of commission. You cannot use the controller and one of these devices together. You have to use the controller as the gateway, connect your device, and then connect the controller you're going to use. So for me, I would connect my Hex gaming controller up to my Cronus Zen and use the bypass in the Besavior controller to actually connect that all up. So 160 bucks for a bypass device that is only acting as a bypass device, it does get kind of expensive, but it never will get blocked. Versus this guy, it might get blocked and then you'll have to buy another solution. I really don't think it's gonna get blocked. So there's one major deciding factor between the two. Well, kind of two. Number one is the cost. If you have $170 lying around, this is the solution. It's the guaranteed risk-free solution. If you don't have $170, this one will work, and it'll work great for all of these. Keep in mind, wired connection only. So if you're using your Xbox controller, it has to be wired. This does not have Bluetooth support. Now I have had one user who said that he used his 8-bit dough and or his Brook Wingman, and it did allow him to get wireless Bluetooth connectivity through the P5Mate. I have tested all of these and have been unsuccessful. So some people claim that it works. I have not successfully done it, so I will not tell you that it works because it doesn't work for me. So I don't want you to buy it and find out it doesn't work for you either. Maybe that guy is lucky, or maybe I'm doing something wrong. But I promise you, I have done a lot of work playing with this thing to try and get it right, and it just doesn't work. However, the Besavior controller does support Bluetooth connectivity from the controller to another controller. So let me explain. I want to use my Xbox Elite controller. It has the back paddles, the adjustable triggers, it has adjustable height thumbsticks. This is the perfect controller. By many people believe that this is the perfect FPS gaming controller. So you can connect this through Bluetooth to the Besavior controller, you hardwire the Besavior controller to the PlayStation 5, and you have wireless Bluetooth gaming all the time, reliably, never gets patched. If you're using a Zen or a Reasnow, you're using a wired connection anyway, so to connect to this wired or to this wired, it's really the same thing, it's just the cost. This becomes really inexpensive compared to this setup. So you need to ask yourself 3 questions, maybe more, but I'll walk you through the questions and we'll put them up on screen so that you know if you answer yes or no. It's gonna be like a flow chart. Do I have $160? If the answer is yes, Besavior controller. Do I need Bluetooth? If the answer is yes, Besavior controller. Do I want the cheapest way to get a different controller working? If the answer is yes, P5Mate is your answer. It is the cheapest way to get a controller. Now it's going to be a wired setup, but it's the cheapest way. The only spot where you start to get into multiple questions is, am I using a wired device of some sort? A Cronus Zen, a Reasnow, a ZIM, those are all wired devices. Because they're wired devices, you would have no real advantage going with the $170 device when this $60 device works just fine. Because at that point, you will not utilize the Bluetooth connectivity of this for your device because you're doing a hardwired connection anyway. So this one's not going to give you that much advantage. You're just going to be spending extra money. So short answer is, if you can afford it, get this. It'll work every time for every scenario, for everything that you might want to connect, everything. If you don't have as much money and you just want the cheapest way to get online, this is the cheapest way, but it does have some limitations. And that is the ultimate guide to figuring out which one to get. Now, if I did not have both of these right now, personally, I would get the P5Mate. It's just cheaper and it would do what I need it to do. But again, ask yourself those questions so that you can decide for yourself which one is the best one. And if you've watched this far in the video and you did not see who won our extra P5Mate, that means you've skipped ahead and you've missed it, and you might want, it could be you and you wouldn't even know. So you might want to go back and check it out just to make sure that you didn't miss it. Hey, thanks for watching all the way to the end of this video. We hope you enjoy the content in this video, and we'd love to have you come back. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And for those subscribers who are looking for that extra special thing that you can do to support this channel, consider joining our members group. That's where we're building this community, the Gears and Tech community, where we can all enjoy content together. You'll get special perks, which we'd love for you to check out by clicking the link down below. For those of you who are just happy to watch the video, that's okay too. You can check out some of our other content right over here, where we've got some previous videos that have already been uploaded and enjoyed by many of our viewers already. We do hope to see you again. This has been Gears and Tech. Have a great day.